What's up, guys? Jason here with a few tips on breakups. All right, so here's 3 signs you're headed for a breakup. All right, 3 signs you're headed for a breakup. If you're scared and you don't want to be broken up with, you might want to pay attention to these warning signs. All right, number 1, you or them do not deal with conflict very well. You don't want to deal with it. You avoid, you blame, you shut down, you never fix it and never resolve it. Unresolved conflict is probably one of the single biggest reasons for divorce or breakups, right? So unresolved conflict is the reason number 1 you might be headed toward a breakup. Reason number 2, all right? They are scared. They're scared. Meaning you're not doing anything wrong, nothing's bad's happening, but they start pulling away and distancing themselves. Okay, this is what I did for years. And that means they might make you wrong with their friends or themselves in their own head or to your face, but that's rarely, if ever, the reason. Usually, it's because they are scared to deal with their own shit or you in the context of what's feeling like too close of a relationship. You know, when you get really close to someone after many years, the fire gets kind of hot. And hot in, like, for some of us, a negative way. It's like, ooh, that's too hot. It's getting too intense here. I got to eject, all right? So a lot of people will eject because they're just straight up scared. Now, if you interviewed these people after the fact, they would feel relieved. Why? Because they don't feel their fear anymore, and they don't feel their triggers and the annoyance anymore. And they're like, oh, so much better now. And they would probably deny that they were ever scared. For 10 years, I made women wrong that I dated, and I always had it that it was them, not me. But once I started understanding myself and psychology, I started going, oh, actually, I'm the problem, okay? So that's reason number 2, you might be headed for a breakup. Reason number 3 that you might be headed for a breakup, that it's a warning sign and you want to pay attention to, is that you have a mountain of resentments. You've been tiptoeing around not dealing and not speaking truth and not speaking up because you're afraid the person's going to go away. And now you're resenting them years later, decades later, months later. So this is really interesting because people think it's kind of contradictory, it seems, which is, oh, I don't want this relationship to end, so I won't speak truth. I won't say the hard thing. I won't do the difficult thing here because I don't want them to go away. But actually, that's accomplishing the opposite. You're adding to the demise of the relationship. The more you don't speak up and tell your truth about what's you're feeling or what's annoying to you or what's not working for you or your needs, you're not standing up for your needs, this relationship is probably headed towards a cliff because you're not advocating for yourself. Think about it. I would never want to be in a relationship with you if you didn't advocate for yourself. Like, how do I know where you stand? How do I know what works for you and what doesn't work for you, right? Speak up. Tell the truth in your partnership. Yes, they might get triggered. Yes, they might get upset. Yes, they might leave. But guess what? It makes room for someone who can handle your truth, who wants your truth, who, yes, will get triggered by your truth, but is like willing to work through it with you. Okay, back to reason number 1, that you might be headed for a breakup. All right, so pay attention to these 3 warning signs. I think they're very straightforward, helpful to just have in your awareness. And a lot of this, remember, is because people are unwilling to deal with adversity in themselves or the other person. That's the biggest reason for breakups. Okay, I've interviewed hundreds of people for my podcast, and really, it's the same common answer over and over again, no matter how many relationship experts I talk to. It's like people's inability and unwillingness to deal with their own activation and their own shit that creates separations, creates breakups, creates divorce, all right? Sure, there's other reasons, I get it. But at the end of the day, it's this big common one. So do the preventative work so that you don't end up alone here feeling bad and hurt, broken, etc. You want to get empowered by being yourself, speaking up, taking a stand, all right? Okay, make sure you subscribe to this channel right here. If you're really looking for extra advice and you're a woman, just click the link here below the video, and I will help show you how to, if you're dealing with like a guy who's like distancing or pulling away, I'm going to show you how to deal with a man like that. Okay, you're going to go to relationshipschool.com/get his heart back. All right? Okay, we'll see you in the next video.